huge. It's not necessary. It's way, way, way too huge. So, yeah. It's a bastardized neurolinguistic programming technique that I've used to create very, 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 very exceptionally grim, visual, audible, and what's the nose one? Olfactual. I'm gonna make that a word. Scenario to help kind of snap you out of things that you might think are helpful, but ultimately aren't. So going from that, I actually use that scenario with my mother, because when you're that angry with life and everything and yourself, like, maybe you're really hurting. Maybe there's a lot of pain. People who are angry and hate everyone and just project whatever they project, a lot of the time it's because they have problems with themselves. A lot of the time it's because they've been hard done by whoever, whether it be family members, friends, work, society, the government, whatever it is. Some shit has happened in their life and they have embraced that bullshit and become hardened by it, and not in a good way. Just being very I wouldn't say hurtful, but just very blind as to the effects that their habits have on other people. Because they got hard done by, then everyone else needs to get hard done by. Everyone needs to learn a lesson, because you shouldn't be the only one, having to deal with the shit. And my mum kind of said that in a roundabout kind of way. She never said it directly, but when we did have our little conversations that we could have, those were the things that popped up. And I would always feel sad by it, because I've been dealt a lot of bullshit, and I just try not to let it pull me down so much. But it's got its ways. It does happen. It can happen. So yeah, when you're fighting, then good. But when you're not fighting and you're just letting the hate and fear and insecurity consume you, then I'm just going to mentally prepare myself for something that I really, really, really hope never happens, but equally, I would be a fool to think would never happen. And I did it. I took that bastardized reframing system that I used on myself, and I used it on my mum, and mentally prepared for the phone call of, oh, your mother's killed herself. And I'm like, oh, how did she go? And they're like, oh, it was drinking drugs, or she mixed her prescription drugs with alcohol too many times and her heart just went peace out, or she did the knife thing, or she did this thing, she did whatever. And I thought I had it down. I thought, okay, cool, this is cool, I've got this. And then you get the phone call of she shot herself. I'm like, oh fuck. Of course, the 99.8% of me was like, oh my fucking god, what the hell? Because even though you do this reframing thing, it never really prepares you for that actual moment when you get the phone call and the eventuality has happened, and you're just like, what? But so I had that, 99.8% was that. But then this the tiny little section that was my little stoic bunny was just like, of course we didn't prepare for gun violence, because gun violence is not in my lexicon of existence. It's a thing that Americans do, and gun violence only exists when I'm over there. When I visited my mum, I was aware of people had open carry, all this kind of stuff. Like, if you're having an argument with someone, don't go and knock on their door, their window, whatever, because they might just shoot you. All this kind of crazy shit. I just reserved and assumed it was just an American thing, and it blindsided the fuck out of me. It was intense. So yeah, this episode is coming out like this just because I've been talking for an hour and a half already, and this is going to end up being 2 hours. So this is going to be a 30-minute show, just giving you a really grim action thing. If you're that way inclined, if you're like me, very much fascinated by behavioral psychology, and you're a self experimenter like me, here's a very, very grim, dark thing to try. I wouldn't suggest you try it when you're in a bad state of mind. I would definitely suggest you do it when you're kind of, you know, anywhere from a 7 up out of 10. If you're a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, don't waste your time when you're 10 out of 10. If you're a 9 or a 10 out of 10, like, go do way better stuff. Like, go enjoy your freaking life. If you're having one of those A-OK days where everything is insanely perfect, go and revel in it. Don't bring yourself down with this reframing method. But if you're a bit meh, but good, feeling like you could work the mind muscle a little bit, then give it a go. I know it's a weird flex from me talking about mental wellness at the beginning, and I know everyone tries to associate this like positive, happy vibe. That was my elbow. Positive, happy vibe of your mental wellness would be playing Sudoku and doing all this. Like, no, bitch. Mental wellness includes the bad stuff. Mental wellness includes first aiding your brain. Okay? Learn how to first aid your brain with my really weird NLP reframe. If you're a person who has dark days, okay? Some people don't. Some people maybe never need to worry about that. You can use that reframe for any situation, really, that you find stressful, that you find really, really intense. You could even use it with workouts, okay? I remember when I drank from the holy grail of CrossFit, that workouts, CrossFit would have named workouts. Like, you go into CrossFit.com and you'd have the WOD, the workout of the day. And the one that always filled me with dread was Murph. And I think it's been a good few years now. I think Murph was one of the soldier WODs. And what CrossFit would do is, every time a soldier would die on duty, there would be a workout created to honor their name. And a lot of them still are in rotation now. Like, they're the kind of like, we've got the girls, which are the standard benchmark CrossFit workouts. And then you have these named soldiers as other workouts. And Murph was just the longest workout that would always exude the most amount of pain. Like, even talking about it right now, my palms are clammy and I can't even remember what the workout was. I couldn't tell you what was specifically in it, but my whole body just now has gone into a state of no, absolutely fucking not. We are not doing Murph, right? But, the thing I liked about CrossFit was I just go into the box and there was the workout. I never had any preparation until someone told me, hey, there's a website. I'm like, how religiously do we follow the website? And they used to, and then they didn't, because, you could wake up in the morning and look at what's going on and just be like, wow, no, that's a no, and like not show up. I never did that. I wanted to, but the one time I saw Murph was on the website and I knew Murph was going to be in the gym, I did this. I did this technique of, it's gonna suck. We've done it before. It's gonna suck, and here's the scenario. Here's the super vivid scenario of going in, you get the smell of chalk and the smell of sweat and, the freshness because it was winter, and because it's a box, they don't really do heating. There's like air heaters and stuff, but like the whole point is you train hard. So you don't need to kind of, need to be mollycoddled in a space with radiators and stuff. And you're going to do the exercises, whatever specific exercises. I would mentally kind of imagine myself doing them and imagining the coaches going, come on, Shig, you can do it. Like, let's go. You've just started. You still got a lot in the tank. You're halfway through. Let's keep on going. You're almost at the end. There's no point in quitting now. Just taking those kind of coaching cues, putting it into the scenario, making it as vivid as possible, and then really, really honing in and hyper saturating and hyper just, what's the word? I can't remember the word. Anyway, just really making the last moment when you just pass out on the floor and you're so satisfied with yourself, right? You're lying on the floor, gasping for air, thinking, holy crap, did I just do that? It's like, yes, bitch, you did. You did that. You survived it. You did it. And even more so impressive is you beat your previous time by 5 minutes. You know, that kind of stuff, just putting it in there as a positive. I'm giving you guys a positive because I realized like the earlier stuff was super, super heavy. So giving you something like that, even if you have to have a conversation with someone, whatever you're doing, take in the worst case scenario and really feel it because you survive it, but also put in the best case scenario and really feel it and thrive from it. Having both of those to work through, I think is a really, I don't want to say easy because it's super trying. When you do it to start off with, it's like, I don't know what's going on. This is stupid. But when you kind of persevere with it, it's great. And when you kind of become, I'm not a master. I'm not even going to say a ninja master, but when you become more adept at doing it, you can do it during the day. If you've got a big phone call to do, and I've got, phone calls and messages I need to do with my family right now with my father passing, I get panicked because I don't want to fly off the handle and just be an absolute jackass, because I'm capable of doing that. We're all capable of just completely misreading a situation and just going absolutely fucking nuts. So, if I'm due to talk with one of my siblings, I'll envisage just being super chill and just, going in with love and just asking questions and, really caring about the other person because they've lost someone too. And they're the spearhead. I'm not the spearhead. So they have to deal with all the questions. And I don't want to be another thorn in their ass. I would much rather just be a rose in passing that's checking in, making sure things are okay. And if I can help, yes. And also just keep me informed on what's going on. So, use a reframe. Use a reframe for conversations. Use a reframe for anything out there. And that's it. This is a half-hour episode. It's probably going to be a little less than half an hour, but I figured I might as well do something. I realize this episode is not going out on its usual day, and I also have not done a YouTube live just because I needed to shoot from the hip. There has been an insane amount of housing refurbs happening all over the place. So without it sounding too filthy, if there wasn't drilling out the back, there was banging out the front, from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today I just went, screw it, let me just see what's good. And I seem to be passing okay. There's not much noise. So that's why this episode has come out super late. I apologize. I will be getting back to it. Join my YouTube channel. I think it's Shiggy. I'm terrible at this stuff. I'll get better, I promise. But if you go into the show notes, like all the links and stuff will be there. Join my YouTube channel. Let's get in on it. I've got some fun stuff planned for my YouTube channel. It's got a lot to do with possibly just commenting on society at large with a unicorn flute. Not a flute instrument, a flute cup. I've ordered a unicorn cup because I need one of those in my life. And drinking Prosecco out of a mug is most unladylike. It's most ungainly. So we're going to do that. My voice is about to KO. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to another episode. As usual, you can find me on the social medias, either on Facebook as Shigamus, on Instagram as Elshig, on Twitter as Elshig, on TikTok as that one auntie, but I might change that one auntie thing because I don't actually think I'm ready to be an auntie yet. At least not an embarrassing one. The embarrassing auntie is probably when I'm in my 50s, and I'm nowhere near my 50s right now. So yeah, find me on the social medias. Let's have a chat. Let's have a conversation. If you want to hit me up via email, it's hishiggy@shiggy.co.uk. I am doing my website. I promise. I'm fixing the website soon. I just have to manage the rest of my life. But yeah, until next time, I love your faces, and I'll see you on the next episode. Alrighty, bye!